I think you're going to tell us a little bit about how it is that you came into organic food and how it was that this sort of led to the creation of Sunworks and the implications all this has had on your health and your well-being.
And the well-being of my family.
Absolutely.
It all started when I was born. Actually, I'm finding out more and more that it does go way back. Anyway, yeah, I was really, really sick. I became more and more ill. I was undiagnosed for many years, and then I was finally diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And it wasn't long after we had purchased the farm, and we were going to do organic hay on the farm. We had decided to go organic, but we hadn't really decided to do animals or anything like that. We were going to just be farmers, and we bought the farm so our younger daughter Erin could have a clean environment, because she was chronically ill with asthma and allergies, and her doctor said that sure, go ahead and move to the farm, because that is at least we'd know what she was being allergic to and she was reacting to, rather than being in the city. And so then I became more and more ill and was finally diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and was just kept getting more and more symptoms, and it ended up I had a lot of diagnoses, possible rheumatoid arthritis, irritable bowel, chronic fatigue, osteoarthritis, you name it, I had it. Chronic depression, migraines. It was really bad. My health was really bad, and I never let a lot of people know how bad it was, just because I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me. Ron worked away from home, and I needed to be the mom. And I worry about my parenting abilities that I had at that time. I had two little girls in elementary school who moved onto a farm and ended up riding the bus home and going to their mom's bedroom door to see whether there was a let's party or a do not disturb sign on her bedroom door. And I found out years later that they used to sort of place bets on the bus what the sign would say on mommy's bedroom door. And that hurts when you know that you're unwillingly doing that. And so by 1996, the prognosis was wheelchair bound and crippled. I was a custom seamstress. I knitted, I sewed, I wanted to have an active life and be a good mom, and tried to do chores. I would get up in the morning and I would do the minimal chores that had to be done, and after I put the girls on the bus, and then I'd be back in bed all day. And then we'd see what would happen at the end of the day for when the girls got home, and as soon as they were in bed, I would be in bed too. And then finally in 1996, I went to a naturopath. I was convinced to go to a naturopath, and he told me I needed to clean up my diet. It was the major thing that was causing my problems. And so, thinking we were eating clean, we were trying to stay away from the chemical inputs, because we'd learned about that with Erin. But turns out we weren't eating as clean as my body needed. I can't have the antibiotics or hormones that are in the meat, and I can't have the herbicides and pesticides on the fruits and vegetables. I ended up not eating fruits, and mainly fruits, because my stomach wouldn't take them. I used to get blisters in my mouth from eating fruit. I'd get severe stomach pains. When I would eat food, my joints would ache to the point of feeling like hot iron rods going through my joints, and I would be telling basically to move, I would be mentally saying, okay, left leg, right leg. After seeing the naturopath, what he did for me was help me clean up my diet, and it was a dietary cleanse of steamed vegetables and organic only, and then gradually reintroducing meat, but again organic only. And within 2 weeks, I was out of bed and pain-free. I went from a woman who, to get out of bed, stood on my tippy toes with bent joints and tried to walk as I tried to straighten my leg joints in order to move with comfort, and to a woman that could just get up and get out of bed. He told me to remove my electric blanket. I was always cold, always cold, and he said, get rid of your electric blanket because of the electromagnetic waves. And I had had violent, colorful, horrible dreams when I did sleep, which was rare. And the first night without the electric blanket, I slept comfortably and did not dream at all. And that was a real awakening. And so changing my food, he also put me on some supplements to help me through and help my body regain its strength. And what happened is we realized that the food was killing me. And so that's why we started raising food that we could eat. We couldn't go to a grocery store and buy my food. We couldn't do anything. And then we'd already looked at our land and realized that our land wasn't living. Our land was dead that we had bought. We purchased the farm in 92, and there was no bugs. It was number 2-3 clay gumbo. And it was hard pan. We didn't like the rain. The rain ran on the ground. It didn't soak in. And being that we wanted to raise grass anyway, we decided that we would just let it grow, and we custom grazed livestock and seeded it all to grass. Had a neighbor seed it for us, and we let the grass die down. What wasn't grazed would be trampled in, and we now have beautiful soil. We love the rain, it soaks in, and we have living soil. We have bugs, and we have bees, and we have a living organism under our feet. And basically doing what we've done is helped me survive and helped our children survive. It's helped our land survive and become sustainable. And it's a growing organism that starts literally from the ground up, and you have a community of life that starts with the soil and the bugs, to the animals that eat that, to what we put in our body, to sharing that with others, to create a community of people around the kitchen table, caring about what they put in their bodies and caring about what they feed their families, which creates community not only locally but grows globally and creates that caring. And I think the key is finding out what you're putting in your bodies and caring about it so that you care for yourself. And I don't know. That's who I am. That's where I come from.
Good. That's your story.